What's driving up your healthcare costs? It's the government, stupid. Okay. I wasn't calling you stupid. If you follow me on X or if you follow my podcast or my videos, then you're probably not a stupid person. But I had to use my little take on that quote. Anyway, welcome everybody to another episode of A Fresh Perspective with Jeff Charles, where we prefer truth over narrative and principles over politics. And today we're diving into the not so wonderful world of the 340B drug pricing program. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm highlighting how yet another government policy is driving up healthcare costs under the guise of trying to make them lower. Now, first, I need you to, you already know what to do. Come on, smash that like button like it owes you some money. Share this video with your friends so they don't get blindsided by rising healthcare costs. Hit that subscribe button. Trust me, your future self will thank you. And also, if you like your freedom served with a side of common sense, head on over to my Substack, Chasing Liberty. You can access that at libertychasers.com. Libertychasers.com, since I can't talk right. It's where I dish out the unfiltered truth with a sprinkle of liberty. You know, it's like having a barbecue with Lysander Spooner, but just without all the anarchist rants. No, I do a lot of anarchist rants too. Anyway, so subscribe to my Substack, libertychasers.com. Now, let's dig into this here program. So you may have heard about this, or you may, even if you didn't know the name of it, you probably heard of it. It's supposed to be a way to help low-income patients, but in reality, it drives up healthcare costs. So here's the thing. In theory, this drug pricing program is supposed to lower the pricing for medications for disadvantaged folks or low-income folks. It was created back in 1992 with the best of intentions. And basically what it does is it allows hospitals to buy drugs at a discount so that they can stretch their resources further, serve more patients, that kind of thing, especially those who are in need. But I'm going to break down how this actually works. The 340B program requires pharmaceutical manufacturers to provide drugs to eligible hospitals and clinics at significantly reduced prices, sometimes as much as 50% off. So you might be asking, why would pharmaceutical companies agree to take up to 50% off of their prices? Well, it's because if they don't, they won't be able to participate in Medicaid. This is one of the ways that they get in. So this means that if a drug maker wants access to all of the vast Medicaid market, they must agree to sell their products at these lower prices to these covered hospitals and clinics. The idea is that these savings would enable these institutions to offer more care to low-income, uninsured, or underinsured patients. But like most, or if not all government programs, once you start expanding these things without careful oversight, it can create a whole host of unintended consequences. So let's take a closer look. So the 340B program has expanded drastically since its inception in the 90s. Originally, it was just a few hundred hospitals that were participating, but Mr. Obama and his tan suit came along and did the Affordable Care Act. I know that wasn't just him, it was Congress too, blah, blah, blah. I know how government works, shut up. So basically, the number of hospitals that were participating in this program exploded to over 2,500, which is a huge leap, according to the Pharmacy Times. The program now covers about 30 million people. And guess what? That kind of expansion is going to bring out some problems, right? One of the major issues is that these hospitals are incentivized to buy up community practices like community doctor's offices, especially oncology clinics where the drugs are very expensive to treat cancer, So why is that? Because they can buy the drugs at a deep discount under the program. But then here's what they do. Are you ready for this? So they get this discount. These hospitals get these discounts from the pharmaceutical companies. Then they turn around and they bill insurance companies at full price instead of passing on the savings that the government has mandated that they get. So the difference is that this isn't being passed on to consumers. It's going right into the hospital's pocket, not necessarily to the patients who need it the most. So what does this mean for you and me? It means higher insurance premiums and healthcare costs as these expenses are passed on to we the people. It gets even worse. Um, this shift in how this care is delivered from independent community clinics to large hospitals has actually increased the overall cost of treatments, especially in areas like cancer care. So much for that whole cost saving promise, right? Right. Anyway, so let's talk about Medicaid. The expansion of the program has significantly driven up Medicaid spending, adding billions to the healthcare tab that who's paying? Not the government, it's the government using the money that they steal from us to pay for this stuff. We're talking an additional 32 billion per year. Yeah. So don't just take my word from it. Check out the sources here. I'll put them, below here. It's the Pharmacy Times, Healthcare Economists. They paint a pretty clear picture of how this supposedly well-meaning program has spiraled into a costly problem for American consumers. Now, you already know where I stand on this, right? When it comes to actual solutions, instead of expanding more government oversight, because that's what the statist mindset would say about this. Well, the issue isn't the program. The issue is the lack of oversight, like I mentioned earlier. No, no, throw that out. Let's have some more free market solutions that will actually give consumers more control over our healthcare decisions and spending. That's going to drive down costs. When you don't have laws that stifle competition, that that don't stifle innovation and allow the market to work, companies are then incentivized to give the best product at the best price to us. We definitely need more transparency in healthcare pricing. A lot of us don't even know what we're paying for half the time. We don't even know what our insurance companies are supposedly paying for. Uh, but we also have to get rid of a lot of these regulations. This is a regulation. This program is a regulation. This is just one. I'm going to be doing tons of videos on a lot of these regulations because I'm telling you, if you're wondering why your healthcare costs are so expensive, it's because of government programs, regulation, and overall meddling in the healthcare industry. More competition means lower prices, better service, and more options for us, especially when it comes to our health. That's important. I'm not saying it's a 100% perfect solution because that doesn't exist. But the free market, this can give us more control, reduce our costs, and bring healthcare back to what it should be, a service, not a burden. So let me know what you think. Hit me up. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you have any stories for me? Do you have any questions or points of disagreement? Let me know. But until next time, remember to stay informed, stay principled, and most importantly, stay ungovernable.